Today I'm going to show you how to do a monkey fist. All you're going to need is 6 feet of paracord and a 1/4 inch steel ball bearing, a marble. You can make a knot, whatever is round that you can use for a center for this. So let's get started. First off, you're going to find the middle of your paracord. Some tutorials are different. Some will teach you to use one end or the other. I'm going to find the middle of my paracord. I'm going to hold it in my fingers. I'm going to take the bottom. I'm going to wrap it over the back of my hand about as many times as the width of your core. So I know from experience that this is going to be 4 wraps for me this way. And there you have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am going to start now with this side going between my fingers from the back side 4 times. And I do this loosely because you're going to have to put that steel ball bearing or the marble or whatever you're going to use for a core in the center. So don't tighten it up too tight. And if you do, you can always loosen it up a little bit. So there you have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, tricky part, take this off your finger. Just one side is what I do. So that way you have a nice little pocket that you can stick the ball bearing in, or the marble, or the knot, whichever you're using. Right in the middle there. So you have to be careful to take this part, your finger out of this bottom part so you don't lose that bottom loop. You're going to take the top, you're going to go through this top, pull it through lightly, not really tightly, and you're going to take that and go through the bottom as well. And you're going to do this 4 times. And this will be the last roundabout that you have to do with this cord. You don't have to do it really tightly. The key to this, to make it square and to make it look good, is to not do this extremely tight. Otherwise everything gets off center and it can be fixed, but it just takes longer. One more. And 4. So you have 4 this way, you have 4 this way, and you have 4 this way. So that makes your ball. So now all you need to do is tighten this up. So I usually start from one end. Make sure that I don't tighten everything up just super tight the first time around, because it does take a little bit of practice to get everything right where it's at. So take your time with it, pull everything just slightly where you need it, and go from there. What I will do is I will tighten this down a little bit and I will be back. So after some tightening, this is what you will get. And don't get me wrong, this does take a little while to tighten up because you start on one end where the cord comes into the ball and you tighten that one up and slowly go around the whole thing all the way around, being careful not to tighten up the ones that actually loop around and behind. If the ones that loop around behind get super tight, it compresses where these go through and you'll never get this square. So just be sure you leave those loose until you go all the way around a couple times, and then you can just slowly tighten it up and into a ball. But there you go, there's your monkey fist. So since I actually have a lot of this cord left over from the 6 feet that I used, I'm going to go ahead and make this into a keychain. And all I'm going to need is this little key ring. So to do that, I'm taking the rest of this cord. I am going to make a snake knot in it several times just to give you kind of a little handle. Snake knot is actually a pretty simple knot. You take your right hand side over the left and wrap it behind, and you are going to make this little loop just like that. After that, you're taking the other side, you're going under the one that you just put behind, and then down through that little hole. And you make what looks like a little tie. You put it where you want it on the monkey fist, and you tighten it down, and the easiest way to tighten it is to put the cords together, grab it in the middle and pull. There you go. And you just keep doing that several times. Over from behind around the back there. This one goes behind and through that hole, a little loop you made. And it should line up about the same place every time. So just move it up to where you want it, pull it tight. I'm going to do this a few more times. Three, one more. Round back, from behind, down the hole. Tighten it up. There you go. So there's the start of it. Now I'm going to take the keyring. I'm going to turn this around a little bit. I'm going to wrap this cord through the keyring. Now I'm going to pretend that this centerpiece isn't here at all, and I'm going to do the same snake knot. So left hand side is going around all of this and back to its same side, making that little loop that we always have. Now I'm going to go behind all of this, including the center, and then down through the top. Now this first one is a little trickier than the rest because it looks different, but it is the same knot. Put it where you need it, tighten it down. Don't get it too tight because you want that to turn. You want this to be able to move. And you'll do it again. So around all of it and back to its same side, making that little loop. This one goes behind all of this and then down through the top. Just keep tightening it up. And there you have it. Snake knots on both sides. All you need to do now, trim off the excess, heat it up so it locks in place, and you have yourself a keychain.